Welcome to a series of podcasts discussing series of films.
I'm Matt.
I'm Dave.
In a world inundated with prequels, sequels, spin-offs, and reboots, we ask the question,
Do we need one more? I think we do.
I think we don't.
I didn't bring the fortune cookies.
No?
No.
That's okay. I didn't bring my pop punk band.
Just
I
turn your
forgot.
t-shirt inside out.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But when
I can
you
do
do it slowly.
I take my hat off to reveal blonde highlights.
They fall out. It's like that episode of Adventure Time where Finn takes the hood off and it's like,
Yeah, just his majestic
glory.
locks.
yeah,
That'd be pretty great.
yeah.
Dude, it's getting freaky.
It's Friday and it's feeling a little freaky.
It's feeling a little freaky.
Feeling a little freaky.
I think this is maybe one of the definitive childhood movies of my experience.
I think so. Yeah,
What is your experience with Freaky Friday?
it's fun.
The
so,
remake,
I guess,
not the original from the 70s?
Yeah, it's like 76 or something.
Which
like
we're not
that.
doing for this podcast.
Which we're not doing. If you watch that one in preparation, you get an A+ and a gold star for extra credit. But we're not covering that one.
Also interesting that we said we were doing this to lead into Freakier Friday, and you chose the original one as.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your problem?
What's your problem? My experience with Freaky Friday. No, it's funny. You say this is like the definitive childhood movie for you, and I agreed, but that would technically be me lying, I think. I did see this when it came out, but I never gelled with this one as much as I did The Parent Trap.
I thought you were going to say Herbie Fully Loaded.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, what a good one.
We're still building out that schedule. There's still time.
Yeah.
No, but
Parent Trap is
But Parent Trap
fair.
was kind of the one I really meshed with. I saw a bunch as a kid. And it's funny that Freaky Friday, I watched a couple times as a kid, liked it, thought it was fun, was never one I wanted to go back to. Rewatched it. We rewatched it during
That's right, during the
lockdown, yeah.
pandemic over Zoom and stuff.
Yeah, and I also thought I still didn't click with it. Watched it last night. Funniest movie I've ever seen.
It's
it
really
finally
fun.
hit after like 20 some odd years.
It's a good time.
And I was like, no, I'm mad that this didn't work for me so many times. And again,
Hey.
I was saying it don't work for me. I was like, yeah, that's good. I don't know why it's not.
Just didn't click. Sure.
Not
sure.
for me. But this last time maybe I'm just old enough and now I relate to Jamie Lee Curtis enough to really have a good time with this one. But I really thought, because I've also always thought that this was like one of the lesser Lindsay Lohan performances, and I totally
she's
that
really
idea.
good
She's
in this.
really good in this one.
I do think if we're talking definitive Lindsay Lohan movie, I was thinking about this last night while watching it. I do think it is Mean Girls.
That's a good one.
I feel like that's
came out right after this. This is the next one.
I feel like that's gotta be the best. At the very least, I think that's the best movie.
Yeah, I caught that one for the first time last year. I saw
Mean
it
Girls
finally.
is
I never
fucking
saw that one.
good, dude. That movie
I know
is
that movie
so
is.
good.
We almost watched it. Abby and I watched. I got her to watch this one.
Nice, hell yeah,
But so she watched this one, and then we were like, "Are we watching Mean Girls right now?"
dude. Yeah, I love that movie.
We ended up debating it too long, and then we watched something else.
But this movie is this was one that I think I've mentioned this before that growing up, as I'm sure many people who listen to this and probably you as well also had I had the weird plastic Ziploc binder with all the DVDs
with
that you
the
would flip
bootleg,
through.
or you just pulled them out of their case and stuck them in there and stuff.
My dad would stick them in there, and then there would be some bootlegs in there too. And Freaky Friday was one that we did not bootleg. Was an actual disc that we owned.
Yeah.
And so it was one that we would play all the time growing
That's so
up.
funny. This is such a random story. I'm going to hijack it for 2 seconds. But
Do it.
We had a random bootleg. We bought the movie later, so don't worry. I support physical media all times.
Hell yeah.
But somehow I got a copy of a bootleg of Cars when it came out.
Nice.
And there was a split in the middle when he's learning to turn left to go right. That moment.
Yeah.
And he drifts off into the cactus. That was where they edited the I don't know why. I guess they must have run out of memory or something. It was like 2006 or whatever, and they're shooting on like the
Okay.
shittiest like camcorder possible.
Hell yeah.
But that was like where the split was. So our copy that we had in our like family minivan would do he would do the line twice, where he would be like, turn right to go left, go right to go left. And it was like we would mock it constantly because it was like we all knew it was coming, the double skip.
That's so funny.
But anyway, that's my bootleg story.
Hey, fair enough.
Don't bootleg movies; it's not worth it.
Yes,
Ruins the storytelling.
that's true. And also, yeah, I mean, the
But you
film
get good
industry is
memes
such
with
a
you and your
dour
siblings.
place right now. Let's pay the $6 and
Yeah, let's pay the $6.
help someone. I understand.
I've
It's
been
hard
renting
out
a
here.
lot of movies left and right lately.
Yeah, well, it's been. I mean,
I gotta
I've
support.
I mean, especially also for this podcast doing this, I feel like
No,
I've been
honestly,
renting
yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Not in this case. This is on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
And you know what I miss? That fucking Disney logo, man. That old Disney logo. When that pulled up, I literally was like, "Oh
That
my
shit
god!"
you were like, and I'm home.
I literally was like, "This feels so." I was waiting.
You got a rush of dopamine because your fight or flight got turned off and you crashed out.
I did. It was like if you had done that, and then 5 minutes before that logo, if I had heard "coming soon to own" on DVD, I would literally would have like Anton egoed like a 4-year-old.
That is, yeah.
But yeah, I watched this movie a ton growing up. Stopped watching it, not out of any like intent, but I just kind of like didn't watch it until we watched it in COVID. And watching here, it is funny. You mentioned relating more to Jamie Lee Curtis that it's like, it is weird. It's like I'm not the same age as Jamie Lee Curtis's character. I don't have kids.
I know.
But watching it, I do feel myself starting to angle like
I'm
the
in
other way.
position to understand that perspective more than I think I've ever had. And I
Yeah.
feel like whenever we watched it last, it was like, it's like I just missed out on being able to relate to Lindsay Lohan somehow.
Sure.
Like I think I was like too young the first go around to really be like,
Well,
anger at my
What year
parents.
is this again? 2005?
This 2003.
2003.
2003.
So yeah, I am 5
You're 5
when
yeah,
this movie comes
that's
out,
funny.
and still to this day.
8.
Yeah, so it's like we're like
I'm trying to imagine us hanging out in the playground. I'm an 8-year-old and you're a 5-year-old.
5 and 8.
They'd be like, get that guy away from him.
Well, 5-year-old me, I think I'm still in my Blues Clues Steve era. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I had a green striped shirt that I wore all the fucking time.
Did you also have the notebook?
Yeah.
Is that how you take the notes for the show now?
Oh, I gotta call my mom. We gotta stop.
we got a blue skidoo back over.
No, I had like it wasn't like the shirt, but it was just like
was
a
close
green
enough.
striped shirt with like a
Nice.
collar, and I wore it all the time. And I was like, "I'm Steve," and my mom was like, "Okay."
And you're like, pass me the salt.
Yeah. And I was like, "Salt and pepper." They're like, "Have you found the clue?" They're like, "Okay,
She's like,
maybe,
you know what? Never mind. Go clean your fucking room.
maybe we need to go talk to this kid." But yeah, so I was not at the
That's
Lindsay
funny.
Lohan experience, but I certainly, I mean, Lindsay Lohan, one of the definitive actresses of the 2000s.
Yeah, no, I mean, she defined the early 2000s in a lot of ways.
Maybe the definitive 2000s movie actress. Like one
Yeah,
of them.
I'll say.
I'd put Rachel McAdams up there.
Rachel McAdams. Well, Rachel McAdams is about to have like a
Especially,
breakout
Mean
year. Her
Girls.
next year, yeah, because the year Mean Girls came out is also the year The Notebook comes out. So we're right. This is the year right before both those drop.
You know who else is great? Rachel McAdams. Rachel McAdams is so fucking good, dude.
We can have a whole episode later to Rachel McAdams.
Just a whole symposium.
Do you want
of
to pause?
us
You want to go do an episode of Rachel
discussing
McAdams?
How much we love Rachel McAdams. But yeah, like she really was like she
Sorry,
was
I'm gonna need a
such.
sec. I'm still thinking about Rachel McAdams.
It's all right.
Okay, now we can
All
go
right.
on to the show.
It's leading into the movie. That opening song, it's you being like, "Imagine me and you, and you and me." Another thing that hit me like a rush of dopamine when that happened. I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot how much I love this intro."
I know it's funny.
Shorter than I
It's
remember.
funny. That first beat is pretty abrupt though. It is like a complete moment, so it kind of works. But I was expecting that song to be like, na 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 na,
Oh,
like
when
as
the
they were
pop punk
driving.
kicks
Yeah,
in?
yeah. Well, I just thought it was gonna keep going when she slammed the door. Like she came out. She's
Oh,
like, "I'm
sure,
ready,"
sure.
and then it almost felt like the song was gonna kick in while they went to school.
Yeah.
But then it just went into the movie.
I will say, I always wished I had the like headboard with the rungs so that I could do that as a kid.
Yeah.
Like just grab onto it for dear life.
Connor and I had headboards like that, so it'd be like, "Get your fucking."
Did you
ass
do
in
it?
Yeah, we would do that shit.
Did it work?
Yeah. Hey, we could do that. We could achieve air.
Achieve air. Oh my god.
Yeah,
The film?
vertical lift.
The Ben
is,
Affleck film?
That's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
That is a very good movie.
That is a good
Only
movie.
one. No one saw it. Shame on you guys. That movie
One
fucking
of
rules.
one of the great dad movies.
That is. It was like. Was that the same year as Maverick? Or was it the year after? Might have been the
I
year
don't
after.
remember. I was talking to Laura's dad the other day.
I think it was definitely the definitive dad movie of that year.
I was talking about, speaking of another dad movie, I was talking to Laura's dad, and like we were having dinner, and he was like, "Well, so like, what movies like do you?" It was like kind of starting to like understand like my palette, and I was talking about all these horror movies and blah blah blah, all this stuff that I like, and then I out of nowhere, because it hit me and it's true, I was like, you know what movie I love? Moneyball, like that. And he was like, Moneyball's great.
He was like, you have my blessing.
Yeah, it was like maybe should be talking about dad movies right now, but like there are some good ones.
This is like one of the definitive like mother-daughter movies, and we're like dad movies.
You know, it's great. Moneyball. No, but this is, I will say, this is not too dissimilar from, and I don't mean to put any members of my family on blast, for lack of a better word.
Do it.
This is not too dissimilar. I have an older sister. Not too dissimilar to how my mother and my older sister would be sometimes. I do remember one moment where they did switch bodies and had a whole coming of age. No, but they did have a lot of the back and forth was very similar. I did not have the younger brother relationship that this kid does. Where
this kid's a menace.
This kid is such a fucker.
Was that you, Dish?
I love it. He is also like it's funny that him and the grandpa are like they're like such like clear archetypes.
Yeah.
They're so and they're both so well cast. Like the grandpa being like, I guess I gotta get my glasses, and the brother is like doing like, like a Tim Robinson shtick, just being like,
I know.
like the whole time.
Like, I'm doing something. Puts on sister's bra.
The whole time. Yeah, I thought it like that's all that stuff when they're in the car and all that shit like is also funny. I know I mentioned it as a bit earlier, but Lindsay Lohan's blonde highlights. A choice.
It's a choice. It's an appropriate choice for the era. We had some comments last night during it.
Yeah.
We were like, someone cut those off.
Yeah, it's not
I was like,
the best.
that was where I felt like it was Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm like, girl, what'd you do to your hair?
Yeah, for real. But I think the whole family honestly is pretty strong. I think they're pretty fun.
It's great casting. I think the grandpa is Harry Gould, I think is his name.
I think so. I cannot say for sure.
I keep wanting to call him Elliot Gould. But
that kid is perfect. The kid who plays the brother is so fucking good.
He's good too. I'm surprised that this was kind of the only thing he did.
They're all really, again, and also we should mention it, and we're going to continue to mention her because she's one of the co-leads of this movie. God, Jamie Lee Curtis is good in this.
Jamie Lee Curtis could have been nominated for this one. I'll say it.
It's like really fucking good.
She's really good. Oh my god, the line, it was in the trailer. It was like the kind of line where she's like, "I look like the Crypt Keeper." One, shout out to her for saying that line.
Yeah,
she's thinking about
nails
herself ostensibly. But two, like what, like how mean is that to say to your mom? If you've never looked up the Crypt Keeper, for our younger audience members, if you're out there, go look at that shit up.
Yeah.
If you've seen the Casper movie, it makes an appearance. Bill Pullman turns into it. He has a Freaky Friday moment.
This is one of those ones where it's like this movie in terms of its like its writing, like, this is not like a transcendent movie.
It's not
but
totemic.
It is, but it isn't.
It's totemic, but not because of like all of the like.
It's iconic.
It's iconic.
But I do think a lot of that is this is kind of what I miss, and like what I really am excited to talk about when talking about this movie is like the movie where it's like the duo, like the chemistry is so fucking good that it makes the movie. Like I do not see this movie working the same way if it's not Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis.
I know, exactly. That's
they
how
are
I was
such
feeling.
magic together, and they play each other really, really well.
They do.
And I know we're kind of jumping ahead to that aspect of it, but like even the whole mother-daughter, like all that stuff is really great. I think the supporting cast is all really strong. Like we talked about the granddad,
everyone's
and
strong. The granddad,
brother,
I
Mark Harmon.
Mark Harmon. I think he was like one of the highest paid actors on TV for a minute there.
And also, I gotta just shout out, I completely forgot that the teacher is played by fucking Steven Tobolowsky.
So yeah, Steven Tobolowsky.
iconic character
amazing
actor,
character actor.
Ned Ryerson himself
Yeah.
from Groundhog Day.
That's right. It's Groundhog's Day. I was trying to think where I'd seen that man before.
I also quoted Glee. Like when he popped up, I literally out loud, as I was typing my note, which is Stephen Tobolowsky, fuck yeah. I out loud with Laura next to me, I went, "Who's Josh Groban? Kill yourself." Like I couldn't help but not quote Glee.
That's so funny.
A show that scares me deeply.
It should.
I told Laura once, because I don't watch it a lot. She was like, "Why don't you watch Glee?" And I was like, "Because I wasn't." I was like, I didn't do like a cappella groups, but I was in high school theater, and it is too accurate.
It's a little triggering.
It is a little triggering.
It's a little triggering.
And when the score of that show is people going like ba 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 like that, I don't want to be there. It's giving me a panic attack. You know what I mean?
That's so funny.
But no, I mean Tobolowsky is like one of my favorite fucking guys when he shows up.
Yeah.
There's a couple. There's another guy who pops up here that I completely forgot was in the movie that we'll talk about in a sec.
Yeah.
But I mean the whole thing when she's dropping her off at school, the like, you know, she sees maybe one of the greatest like worst student named Stacy Hinkhouse.
Yeah,
I wrote that down.
It did her dirty.
Like when she shows up and it's like, you guys used to be such good friends, all that stuff. Like all that stuff is very it's classic, but it's like again, it's like the strength of the performers. I think it's working really well.
Yeah.
And like all that, you know, I love when Lindsay Lohan walks in and she just like sees a girl who's wearing the same shirt. It's like, such a nice moment. That like look.
She turns it inside out. This is a thing, right? I'm doing a thing. I'm trying a thing. They're like, yeah.
Setting trends.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so we kind of go and it's structured pretty cleanly, and then we get the dynamic of Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. We see both of their lives pre-switching bodies, and then later in the movie we swap all those dynamics. So we see Lindsay Lohan in school, kind of the problems that she's having in school with Stacy, with her teacher.
Very real problems.
Yes. I gotta say, Stacy fucking sucks, dude.
She does.
I hate to say it.
There
I don't mean
words
to
for that.
endorse.
They're not appropriate for this show.
I don't mean to endorse violence, but low key, Stacy had that volleyball coming. I'm just gonna say it. Like when it happened, I was like, yeah, man. Like if I found out that was happening, I'd be like, listen, like you shouldn't attack other people, but like
you shouldn't attack them. But
I'm not saying I don't get it.
No,
you know, like it's like, hey, it's like, listen, Stacy does suck, sure,
she does.
And you get, you know, I like. What I actually like about this, the mechanic, it kind of comes up later, is when we cut to Jamie Lee Curtis and we show how much of like a workaholic she is, which the workaholic aspect doesn't really come up later in the movie.
Not really.
But that she's distracted and she blows her tires, which is why later she has to ride with Mark Harmon, which I think is like a fun way to space that out.
I totally forgot she like damaged her tires. When she was like, I need a ride, I was like, why does she need a ride again?
Yeah, no, you're good. We get to see her in therapy. That's
so funny.
I'm
really good at watching movies, guys. I'm so good at it.
That's why we take notes. How do you feel about?
Do you want to see my notes? Do you want to see how many I took during this movie?
Is that your notes?
That's all. I actually didn't have my notebook with me.
Okay.
We were vibing.
I was like,
so I ended up not taking it. No, I actually pretty much was like watching it. I wasn't taking notes this time around. So I jot down some things after the fact.
How do you feel about how this movie characterizes people who go to therapy? Because
I'm feeling a little called out. No,
it's 2003, but when the first person that comes in, it's like
you're abandoning me.
Yeah, like I see him every day, like all this other stuff, and then later we get the montage of everybody, of like the woman who's crying that you can't understand her and all that stuff.
That joke, really funny though.
It's funny. It is funny.
And I was like, that's really funny.
I'm certainly not trying to be like Freaky Friday, like, I don't know, cancel. You know, I'm not trying to do that. But I am like, oh, we have changed how we...
Yeah.
You know, that it's like every person that walks in here is like a blubbering mess and a psycho. Like, you know, I think...
Yeah, I think if you want a better depiction of what therapy is like, Shrinking is a pretty good reference.
Sure, yeah, totally.
Which if y'all haven't seen Shrinking, go watch it.
I've seen a little bit of it, and I'm going to continue to watch it, especially because...
Season 3.
My guy, Michael J. Fox is coming in.
Michael J. Fox coming out of retirement.
That's going to be fucking...
We're also getting Jeff Daniels in the cast. I'm so excited.
That's right, because he's Jason Segel's dad,
He's Jason Segel's dad. I was like, so good.
That's iconic.
I told Abby, and she's like, who's that? And I was like, damn it.
I do have a note for when Lindsay Lohan is in school. I did write, when I was a kid, this is exactly what I thought detention was like.
Yeah,
that there's
same.
like a big Russian woman who's like a prison guard and you're
Yeah.
trading food and
Yeah.
all this
I'm
other
like, I got
stuff.
a sandwich. You give me a pack of cigs? Come on.
Like it's such
And
like
a spoon. One of those,
it
too.
really is them being like it's like prison and it's like I don't know if it's like that,
Yeah.
but you ever go to detention?
No, I never went to detention.
Yeah, you know.
Did you go to detention?
No, I didn't go to
No, okay.
detention.
So you got a bad boy streak, Matt.
No. I maybe I did, but not with detention. But yeah,
Does high school theater count?
does high school theater count as detention?
We volunteered.
Self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted detention.
But
I did stay after school, but it's because I had to sit.
yes, we
and
were in
down.
tech week. But I do.
I think
Yeah.
I almost got a detention a couple times. And
Oh, yeah,
I
it was
able to
pretty
talk
close
my way
to
out of it.
But also I didn't speak at all in school.
True.
I was so quiet.
Yeah.
I do remember at one
The
point.
goal was like, we have to be invisible. No one can notice us. And then you go into the theater and you're like, now you can look at me.
There was I'll
Witness
tell the
me.
story because we're talking about high school. There was a girl in one of my classes. I think it was one of my history classes. And the teacher had a kid who was in theater, so
Yeah.
knew that I was in theater, and we would chat about it sometimes. And at one point, we were doing a play, and and he was like, "Oh yeah, everybody go see Matt in the play." And I was
It was
like, "Yeah, exactly." And I was like, "Oh yeah, like if you guys can make it, that'd be great." And one girl turned to me and she went, "You do theater?" And I said, "Yeah." And she went, "You?" Like that. And it just fucking clocked me.
You're like, I have to be excused. Teacher, I need the bathroom pass.
I'll
Just
never
give it to me.
forget.
I have to
She
go.
was sitting right in front of me, and she turned around and the way she went, "You?" Like that. So funny.
That's iconic.
Yeah, it
That's
really
some fucking
is.
energy, dude.
I know her name. I'm not gonna say it on the podcast, but like,
do I know this person?
no, you don't know.
Okay,
this
okay.
person.
So it's not worth bringing up.
But no, it's
I
not
was
worth
like,
bringing
shit,
up.
was this someone we know?
Oh my god, it's so funny. I still think about it. It makes me laugh.
Is this someone I've heard of, maybe?
We'll
Talk about it
We'll
after.
talk about it
It's
off
not
mic.
important.
We'll talk about it off
We're not here to
Um,
expose people.
yeah.
Even though they're being iconic as hell.
So fucking funny. One of my
For those of you who are out there, you know. If you know, you know.
But yeah, I did want to ask you. Speaking of, did you have detention, all this other stuff? You ever
No.
know anybody who rode a motorcycle to school?
Actually, I think there was a kid
Really?
who did. Yes. Oh my god. Well, so I know there was a kid in high school who I knew. I didn't know him super well, but he was a super nice kid.
Okay.
He died in a motorcycle accident,
Oh god.
and I'm trying to remember if he had one
At the time.
like his senior year or something like that, but I can't.
yeah.
But yeah, not to bring the whole mood of the podcast down, but,
It's okay.
but I was like, oh yeah, no, Ronnie.
I feel like
Like-
we should tell the audience we went to the same high
we
school.
went to the same high school
At different
but
years, we
slightly
didn't-
different times. Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
I think I just missed you.
yeah, basically, because
I also
when
lived-
you also
You graduated
we
what
would
year?
have missed it even if it had been, but I graduated 2012.
Okay.
And when did you start?
I started high school 2013, but I was living in the Bay Area at the time.
Okay, yeah. So when did you go to Tesoro then? Was that
2014, 2015.
2014?
I
Okay,
entered my
okay,
sophomore
okay,
year.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I remember I graduated my brother Connor from the show.
Yeah.
Shout out, bro.
That's right.
I miss you.
You're above me.
Yeah, yeah. I'm above you, and then he's like right under, and then like you, like yeah. Basically, you guys both came in right after I graduated.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah,
the
yeah.
important thing.
Because there were photos of you in the theater, but you and Connor in high school looked identical.
I know.
And
Well,
so
it's
I'd
like
be
funny.
like-
I always pass around my driver's license because somehow I turned into a different dude. Like
we do a
somewhere in that
bit
last 10
whenever
years.
someone new hangs out with us where we show Connor and we show Dave's
Yeah, if
license.
he's there, I hold out my license. We hold it up to him, and he could have used that shit if he wanted.
Well, like I do remember going around the theater. I was like, Connor, when did this picture get taken of you? And he was like, Nah, it's Dave. And I was like, Oh shit,
I
okay.
was like, that's Dave.
But yeah, I think this movie characterizes high school about as well as every other high school movie does.
Could. Yeah, yeah.
We don't really get to explore high school too much outside of like the teacher and the bully.
Yeah.
We don't really get the dynamics of it, and then obviously
No,
we get
but
her
like
two
other
friends.
than that, like I mean, they got the kind of the classic tropes of high school present. So I feel like
Sure.
we just kind of fill in the blanks.
I will say it
With
was
our imagination.
speaking of my high school when I went to high school in the Bay. The classroom that Tobolowsky is in, there was a class that it literally flashed me back, and I had to make a note of this. That was like the exact same fucking layout and shit of his classroom, with the exception of there was a piano in the corner of the room.
Ooh.
But I saw it and I was like, oh my God,
Go over
wait,
there,
what the
bust some
fuck? This is my
tunes out.
geology class or whatever, like, or geography class.
That's funny.
Yeah, very, very, very weird flashbacks. But yeah, we're kind of jumping through the lives. I think Lohan's, her friends are really fun. Pink Slip as a band is, and I do not say this lightly, iconic.
I think they are, yeah.
They're so
It's a good song.
They're good.
It's like they are. They're a good band.
When they're like, we're stuck in our garage phase, I was like, get out of the garage.
Get out of your garage
you guys
phase.
Are like 15, and you are.
I'm like, you guys honestly
unbelievable.
probably could quit high school and make it.
Like there was like a talent show at our high school. Like it was like, if talent show came around and that band performed, I'd be like, where the fuck did you come from?
I'd be like, so you guys are playing prom, right?
Yeah. I also, love Pink Slip. The songs are great. I had a crush on every member of the band when I was a child.
That is fair.
Just had to be honest. Just let that out there. Just got to say it.
It was implied.
Yeah,
Pink
that's
Slip.
fair. I wrote Pink Slip objectively fucking kicks ass.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote. Good stuff. I mean, obviously they do their band performance. It's like the whole kind of start really of the conflict.
Yeah.
Is this idea of
because
like,
that's where they like clash and the mom finds out about several F's and whatnot in detention
yeah, she goes
and
into
turns off the sound.
yes. And I think is it in the practice that we get the talk about the House of Blues, that there's an opening for, is it Wango Dango?
I think it happens.
Or is it just after that?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's either just before they start jamming or it's right after. I feel like there's another day that goes by. Oh,
Well,
no,
because there's it's later when she asks her.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think exactly where that, like, because I know there's a scene where they explain it, but I can't remember if it's like right before they start practicing or after, because she comes in late and then goes like, sorry, I'm late, and then starts like riffing. So I don't think it's before that scene.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think if the music gets cut off there, why it would have.
I will say, I'm
it's
sure the
dark.
music is loud, but y'all can hear each other. When they're in the kitchen and they're right next to each other, I'm like, you can hear. I've been in a club. Like if the music's that loud and you're that close, you can hear each other a little bit. Like
Just a little bit.
yeah, but you get the whole, after 6. I remember that in the trailer. It's like it's after 6, lights out or whatever she says. Very definitive.
Boom.
Yeah, you get the classic
Lindsay
noise.
Lohan.
I forgot there were
Jamie Lee
2
Curtis.
other members of Pink Slip that are guys.
Yeah.
I always thought it was just the 3 of them.
I
And
know.
then
It
they
kind of
showed
just
up
feels
and
like
I
it's
was
the girls, but
what the fuck are y'all doing here?
yeah.
I did hear
Young Neil.
Pink Slip will come back for the sequel.
Mhm.
I'm very curious to see in what capacity.
Yes. I've also heard Sex Bomb is rumored to make an appearance.
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Not actually.
Also
Not
great
actually.
movie
If
band.
you know, you know. Yeah. Great movie band. Yeah.
But yeah, so we kind of, I mean, you get in this, again, kind of the clash of Lohan and Curtis.
Yeah. When she comes in after they shut the music down, she's sitting at the end of the table like, I've been expecting you.
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
I also love the bit.
If I was a parent, I would start every argument that way.
Like, it's just before
From a
that.
place of power.
It's just before that, I
Remind
think.
them of my place in the hierarchy.
Where, just before that, where I think it's Mark Harmon and the grandpa. And they're sitting there, and like Lohan comes in or whatever, and they kind of get uncomfortable. And they go to leave, and I think it's the grandpa who goes, "I'm gonna go check on those Lakers." I was like, "Good joke." 10 out of 10.
It was Harold Gould. I looked it up.
Okay,
it's
sick.
really funny. Did you ever see The Master of Disguise?
Yes,
Did you
but,
say unfortunately?
but Connor showed me that.
I
movie.
know.
and,
See, that was our defining childhood movie. Unfortunately,
and I did watch it, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
is
people
this? It
spend
popped
money
up.
on
Clips
that.
of that
Yeah.
popped up on my TikTok, and I was like, "Whoa."
That's his grandpa in the movie. Is the grandpa from Freaky Friday? Same guy.
Right.
The one that
That's
shows up Exorcist style.
Yeah.
It's like, you are the disguisey.
Oh my god, that's.
I'm not gonna
hilarious.
do more of this movie, guys. Just go look it up, and I'm sorry.
The Master of Disguise is. I don't want to tell that story. The behind the scenes story.
Which one? Oh, the
About
turtle on
9/11.
I don't have to.
I don't know if we should tell this story, or if we do, we should cut it. I don't know.
That'll skip
It's
it.
out there.
It'll be for the
we'll
Patreon.
skip it. Look up
Forbidden
Master of
Stories.
Disguise behind the scenes story. It's kind of really funny.
It's really funny and really like, oh, that's a brutal day on set.
But yeah, so yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis sat down ready to talk is great.
Yeah.
I fucking saw this detention, all this other stuff. I will say, and I don't mean to put my parents on blast and put more members of my family on blast.
Noticing a theme.
Will this stay in the episode? Who knows? My sister got her door taken off.
Well,
Yeah, during like a big fight,
That's fun.
they took the door off her hinges.
I think
for,
after
like, a
this
week.
movie, that became a threat in my household.
It did that ever that never
It
happened?
never met fruition, but I think it was in the cards.
Oh, there you go. I mean, it was definitely after this movie that happened. So I don't know if my parents were inspired by Freaky Friday.
I think I could see that. I could see that.
Of which point I would say I don't know if that's the lesson to take from Freaky Friday.
They should get some body swapping fortune cookies.
That's right. That's true.
It's our next plot beat.
That's right. Yeah, they go through. We go sit at the restaurant.
I botched that setup. There was a better joke there. I know it.
Well, I will say, some parts of this movie don't age as well as some other parts.
Is that where you cue the gong noise?
Yeah, we're leaning into some stereotypes here with this.
Just a little bit.
I don't know what
It's
the
playful.
reason is in the original.
I don't know either. I saw one clip from it. It
but
looks a little slow. That
The
movie, but
idea
wow.
that it's like, it's the magic fortune cookie is a
Yeah.
little,
It's
tricky.
a little inappropriate, probably. but
I do love the earthquake bit.
the
I will
earthquake
say.
is pretty good. I also like
This
when
movie's kind of directed pretty well.
No, this movie's
low-key.
done really good. Mark Waters is the director, and he did Mean Girls. So that's like his next movie. Is he
Oh
goes
my
from
God.
this right into Mean Girls,
Well, hell yeah.
and he's
dude.
like, "I'm taking Lindsay with me."
He levels up in Mean Girls too. I don't think this movie's badly directed.
No, I know, but he's like an auteur level, like going at it in that
De Niro
one.
and Scorsese, Kugler and Jordan,
Waters
and
and
Lohan. I don't think he's back for the second one, is he?
Oh, is he not? Probably not. I'll look up.
But yeah,
now.
there's some fun camera moves.
No,
in this.
there's a lot of good choices. I was just gonna say that moment where because they start fighting again at the dinner, and then they go and she goes in the bathroom and like closes the door. And honestly, that like breakdown of like you're just not like listening to me, and you have no idea what I'm going through. Really great performance from Lohan. Like
Yes.
and Curtis. Obviously, they're playing off each other so beautifully. It is
They
like
really
this
do.
beautiful like dance going back and forth. But when she closes the door, the way the wallpapers are different, and there's like obviously the door is like dividing them. I'm like, this is some like A+. Staging.
Waters is having a lot of fun, with room and space and
Yeah.
allowing that. I honestly, I like when they. I'm gonna restate that. Honestly, like when they swap bodies, when that shot happens, when the music is playing and they're all asleep, that shot is really good.
Really good, yeah.
Like-
the camera floats away over
Yeah.
the house.
It goes in.
Like a shot from The Conjuring.
Lohan turns into the camera.
Shit.
You know
Do
what
you
I
think
mean?
James Wan was watching it and he was like, "Oh!"
I will say, because I don't know if you've seen this movie, there is a scene in John Wick Chapter 4,
I still have to
which
watch John.
kind of does a similar thing on a different level. Everyone, please be calm. Don't yell at me.
Don't be mean to me. I
There
haven't
is
seen
an
it yet.
above camera above through the house sequence in
That's
John 4.
that's fun. I
John
gotta
Wick Chapter 4.
check it out. I'm gonna
Which
watch that
is
this week.
yeah,
It's
unbelievable.
bullshit. I haven't seen that movie yet.
I do think I will say one last thing about the restaurant. Kind of funny that there's the insinuation that the mom does this all the time.
Yeah, that she does.
That the daughter's like, please don't do it again.
Don't do it again. She's like,
Like,
what?
She keeps throwing cookies at people.
Would you
and
like a
causing
cookie?
them to swap bodies. Is hilarious. And again, like in terms of camera, we do a little Requiem for a Dream reference when Lohan and Curtis wake up and they're discovering that they're in each other's
They do
bodies.
Snorri cam, like.
I think like all that stuff is good. Like this hair is not mine and all that stuff.
I know.
I'm gonna blow past one of the jokes that come in that sequence after. But
When the kid runs in, he's like, "Mom's dead."
the mom's dead is really funny, and she's like, "I'm dead." Like
She's
the
like,
idea
"Oh
that she's
God,
like,
I'm a ghost."
am I trapped in my daughter's body?
I know
And
she still hasn't figured out who she is yet. Like,
yeah, it's a really good delivery from Lohan.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I like that. We bring the joke back that she's just knocked out, dude.
she's got that. I'm growing. Let me do my thing.
And Lohan does a good job of trying to figure out how to speak to the brother.
Yeah.
Where she's like, "Honey," and he's like, "Honey." Like, she's like,
Yeah.
the fuck?
Honey, how he throws.
All
Uh-huh.
that stuff is great. There's there's a great moment. I think it's when she's like trying to figure out the names, and he turns and looks at Lindsay Lohan, the brother, and he goes, "Are you sick?" And she goes, I hope so. I was like,
that kid is good. He was
nails
so
it.
good in this movie.
Even to call the kid out
Are
again.
you sick? God, he like every delivery is so perfectly that kid, that little kid with that shit-eating grin. Like,
well, when they come back up, and they're trying to figure out what's happened. They do that. I look at the crypt keeper. They go and they do the jolt, which is a funny bit that they just like, what if we just ran at each other really fast?
I know.
And then when the kid is standing there and he's like, what's going on? And Curtis is just like ragging on him.
Yeah.
And she like threatens to like hit him. The look in his face of like, what is happening?
Something's not right with mom.
He's like so
Something's not right.
bewildered. It's like 11 out of 10 facial expression. He's reacting so earnestly and honestly.
I know.
Yeah, and then we lead into the whole like this whole idea of like again, Mark Harmon has to drive and all this
he's
stuff.
do the thing.
And
Lohan is like, I don't want to kiss my stepfather.
Yeah, again, Curtis just nailing the like, I'm good or whatever. I think it's later when they're in the car and she's like, something in my teeth, bad breath.
I got a what did she say?
A cold sore.
A cold sore.
Yeah,
he's like, I don't
said.
see nothing.
Yeah.
He was like, come here, baby.
Again, I think the movie, it's like pretty like direct in its plotting, and it's like, okay, yeah, they're gonna like walk a mile in each other's shoes. It's that time old story. But yeah, it's
Jamie
like
Lee Curtis gonna inadvertently woo Chad Michael Murray.
That
dude falls hard for her in the near the end of that second act.
How do we feel about Jake? We should say this. How do we feel about Jake?
He's harmless.
Yeah, soul patch.
Hate the soul patch. Love Chad Michael Murray. Cinderella story.
I did ask Laura, as Laura was watching this with me. I turned when he showed up and I said, when you were growing up, you watching this, I said, do you think like Jake is cute? And she, stone cold serious, she just said, I hate Chad Michael Murray. I was like, all right, it's going in the notes.
There we have it.
Not a fan.
There we have it.
But yeah, he really, really falls hard.
Yeah,
for
he does.
her.
He's good in this movie, I think.
I
think he does the character really funny. He has like moments that are really earnest of like, I think I'm falling for you. And it's just like, damn, dude.
I feel like he's not as confused as he should be.
No.
He seems pretty like bought into.
No, he's like clearly you're the one. Which I almost think is funnier. But he's like, I've seen The Graduate. I don't understand it, but
yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, this is like a movie that like I feel like we missed out on, and we'll maybe talk about this a little bit more later in the episode. But it's like this is just such like we don't get family comedies like this anymore.
We don't. Well, it's that thing of like it's like family comedies don't exist. We only get kids movies.
Yeah,
or
Marvel movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's taking the spot. That's the movie you go take your whole family to.
Yeah.
If not, you drop your kid off separately and you go watch the dad movie playing across the hall. You know, like it's like our benchmark is basically Despicable Me, and that's it. Like, for the most part, like if it's not a Marvel movie, it is just a kids movie.
It's a full children's
And like
movie.
back in the day, like this was the kids movie. It was also your parents were like gonna watch it with you, and now we don't get that. And so these movies are a lot. These movies, kids movies, were smarter back in the day.
They honestly a little bit, and this is a testament to where it's like again, it's like I don't think this movie's like groundbreaking. Like it's not like it's like but it is that thing where it's like it's so
speak for yourself, Matt.
It's efficient. It's clear. Fair point. And it is like if I'm an adult and I'm taking my kid there, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm having a good time. Again, it's like I'm some form of an adult now.
Yeah,
and I enjoy it very much. Like I don't feel like it goes outside of being a kid. I do want to shout out how do we want to define these two now that they're there? Is it? I guess we just speak them by the actors. We all know that at this point they swap bodies. Yeah. I was trying to write it on my notes, and I was like, how do I type this out? That it's like
that's a fair question.
Do we merge the names? Is it Lindsay Lee Curtis and Jamie Lohan?
Which is which though?
Oh shit!
That still doesn't answer my question.
First names. Let's just talk the actors.
Let's just talk actors.
We'll talk actors.
That'll be easier.
So obviously Lindsay Lohan now swapped, goes to high school. Jamie Lee now swapped, goes to
We
work.
could do mom and daughter. And that way it's clear who's doing what in the antic.
That's
That still doesn't though, because like
Let's go by their
'cause
name.
It's like, are we talking about their brains or are we talking about their
Yeah.
bodies? Which one's running?
It's too
We
layered.
really bit off more we could chew with this. With
We're
this
not
episode.
smart enough for Freaky Friday, unfortunately.
We're getting outsmarted by
something that we're discovering right
by
now.
like a 22-year-old
But I
family
did
comedy.
want to shout out when Jamie Lee goes back to her office, now body swapped, that Boris, this guy, shows up to deliver mail
Yeah.
for one scene, and I don't know if you caught who this is. It's fucking Mark McClure. It's Jimmy Olsen from the Christopher Reeve Superman movies and Marty's brother in Back to the Future.
We've inadvertently linked all the movies we've been watching this year somehow. And I don't know how we did that without playing.
I don't know. I also was like, Mark McClure shows up for a scene and 3 lines.
A
Like,
scene
and
and
he's like
3
a
lines.
he's a character
I know.
actor, like he's working. But it did blow my mind after we've been watching Superman for, we watched Superman for however long. That like I was like, oh my god, like I've never realized that, and I had to look it up because I was like, there's no fucking way.
That's so funny. No, I
And
didn't
it
even
turns
realize
out-
that's who that was.
Yeah. He goes in, and then obviously, I can't remember his name, but he's from Sex and the City. He shows back up. He's the neurotic patient who comes in.
Oh, yeah.
Like he shows up, and we have this like her realizing that like, oh, the start of, oh shit, my mom maybe has a difficult life.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're actually glossing over something I completely remember or forgot until just now, dude. Jamie Lee Curtis going out and just spending the
Just
credit
spend
cards,
all that money.
spend all that
Day
money
before the wedding, getting my
getting
mom
the
a haircut
fucking-
and a
yeah.
piercing.
It is that thing of like, it is crazy that I guess it's like a teenage kid. You'd be like, oh, like my mom will look cool for the wedding.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I'll do this. She'll be glad because she'll look cool.
Yeah.
What do you think of the look, the makeover?
I don't know how I feel about the makeover.
Yeah?
She does look like Stevie Nicks, though. That is accurate.
She does. I will say, crazy that Lindsay Lohan doesn't know who Stevie Nicks is, but knows all those other bands that they acknowledge later.
That's actually true. How would she know who Stevie Nicks is? That's impossible. How would
And
she
I'm
not
like,
know?
is she saying that
Fleetwood
as
Mac?
like to like fuck with her mom? But it is like that thing of like, well, like,
That was a joke written for the parents that did not take continuity into fact.
well, because it happens, because it's like then they talk about the bands and they're connected. Oh my gosh, I think they see
I
Black
think
Sabbath.
You could, oh yeah, but yeah, she knows that because she's also like the Rolling Stones. Like, so
Yeah,
she knows
she's like,
the
I know the
Stones,
Stones, yeah.
So she's not ignorant to music. So that is either. You could argue that she's being sarcastic, but I don't think that reads. I think that joke is an error.
This is the Spider-Man Homecoming problem.
Explain.
Captain America Civil War, Peter Parker goes, hey, you guys know that really old movie? Like, he doesn't really know what Star Wars is. And then Homecoming comes up, and
He's
it's
got a
like,
Death Star.
we're building the Death Star. And what's the answer? Who fucking cares? Don't worry.
These adults just go, these kids don't know what Star Wars is. And I'm like, we've gotten one every 10 years.
Don't know what Star Wars is. It's been fed into our, like,
It wasn't
brains.
just fed to us. It was force shoved down our throats and up our butts.
It's as foundational as, like, the founding fathers at this point. It's fucking, I don't remember the name of the director. I feel bad that I'm not remembering. But that he was talking to me, he's like, I'm not going to watch Star Wars because I already fucking know everything. He's like, I already know who C-3PO and R2-D2 are. Why should I know
this
that?
stuff whether you've seen it or not?
But yeah, so so then Lindsay Lohan shows back up at school now. Swap, she's experiencing that Stacy is behind closed doors.
She's an awful person,
a terrible, horrible person, and like kicks her down the stairs, right?
Fucking awful.
Like pulls
bro.
her shirt over and knocks her over a bike.
I know. I
rack.
like how she was like, Stacy, I know we've had a falling out, but this just like start messing with her, like
that is great.
right
And then
away.
we go back to the teacher, and he is asking questions about Hamlet.
Nice. Did you get triggered while watching it?
I did get triggered because.
How do you feel about Lindsay's answers? How accurate do you feel like they are?
I don't mean to sound like a dickhead, but like I feel like we should give something. I played Hamlet in a production.
Yes.
In school, and like I wanted to take it very seriously, all this stuff. I forgot that they were talking about Hamlet. So then when they bring it up, and I know, because also this is the joke. The joke is that Lohan gives a genuinely really solid answer.
It's a solid answer.
It's a good answer, especially when, and I understand as a teacher, maybe you take students as they are.
Yeah.
But there's the kid before, and he's like, he's got a lot on his mind. And it's like, yeah, that's technically right.
I literally out loud was like, I would have accepted that as a teacher.
Well,
unfortunately, I would have been like, you're getting credit.
Well, they do explain it in, just after the scene that he gives that kid a B, which I'm like, that's a fair.
Yeah.
Sure.
That
that's
kid who
kind
doesn't
of
really know what's going on, struggling.
Yeah, but it is also, it's like so clear that like that kid does not. That
No,
kid
that
is
kid has no idea
projecting.
what's
He
going
doesn't.
on.
He's never read Hamlet.
He's guessing.
But yeah,
He's like,
Lohan.
I think he's like a guy. He's maybe like a little guy with like shades, or is he the big guy in a coat? I don't know.
I will say, in my production of Hamlet, I am a little guy, and I did wear shades.
So, I think that makes you the little guy of shades of the podcast.
Maybe we shouldn't do this.
No.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, am I now just putting myself into a club in which I created?
Yes, but I'm just saying that gives me the aspiration to become a big guy in a coat.
Okay, I'm okay with that. It wasn't my idea.
Which I'm pitching is
The
like
director
I
put
want
me in
to
shades.
do a Schwarzenegger bulking,
Yeah.
but I think it would be more Fat Mac.
You know, both acceptable. You could become
I'm cultivating
also
the mass one way or another.
You could also become a 7-foot tall rock monster.
That is
Have
fair.
you considered that?
Dish, where are we at with the spaceship?
We're still working on it.
So it's still working.
It's
It's
still-
in the planning stage.
It's still working. But to answer
a
your
ways out.
question, in my notes, I did write, because he says that her answer is overreaching. I did say in all caps, overreaching, go fuck yourself. That is
She
not
answered the
over.
question.
She answered that very well. There is a lot going on in Hamlet.
Yeah.
We don't need to discuss this. It's
We
Hamlet.
could
It's
probably do a 3-parter just breaking down the themes of Hamlet.
It's
a 4-hour
the
play.
most popular play of all time. To Be or Not to Be is one of the most iconic theater lines in history.
Yep.
Yeah, Billy Shakespeare knew what he was doing.
Billy Shakespeare, yeah.
But yeah,
You know what other Billy knows what he's doing? Billy Joel.
Billy, the piano man himself.
Dude, do some shades.
He's
Tickling
the
them
little
keys.
guy in shades.
He's the little guy in the shades.
How fucking dare I? That's the guy.
How dare you? So,
Um,
who's the big guy in the coat then? Music wise. Oh shit! It's Psycho Killer. It's Talking Heads. That's the big guy in a coat.
That's pretty
That's
good.
a little guy in a huge coat, but
That's fair.
it's just
but,
another little guy.
But yeah, overreaching is crazy.
Overruled.
Yeah.
I object.
And I do appreciate her just like realizing who he is and being like, "Hey, wait a second, you're taking this out on my daughter." Like,
Dude,
kind of
that's my
thing.
daughter. You asked me to prom, and I had a boyfriend. You're a creep.
It does surprise me. I was rewatching it because I forgot this bit of it. I was almost expecting her to go in detention again. Like
I thought so too. Yeah.
that was gonna be like, wow, you totally schooled her, and then she was gonna open up and be like, hey, you know, and then it would cut
Yeah.
to her in detention. But I am also kind of glad that he kind of gets dunked on
he
like
gets
that.
dunked on, and she gets a win.
Yeah, much deserved. Yeah, so then obviously Jamie Lee realizes that she can drive now that she's an adult.
Yes.
She goes and fucking Fast and Furiouses her way into the high school.
Yeah.
And she's picked up McDonald's fries. Gotta tell you, yeah, they're delicious.
They're
I get it.
really good.
And I love the reverse
Really good.
of her being like, you can't eat that. I've spent so much time trying to attain a certain level. Like, I'm trying to stay healthy. And then her realizing, like, I'm a teenager. I can eat whatever the fuck I want.
Just starts eating the fries.
It's like the 17
good.
again kind of thing. Like, where
Yeah.
he does, like, the cheese spray in the mouth or whatever.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
It's one of those where I'm also like, go further with that bit.
Go. Yeah.
Do
go
it.
harder.
Let her, like, eat a bunch of, you know,
I know.
have a whole fucking supersize me thing. Like, that would be, like, but it's a good bit in it of itself.
Yeah.
And we move into the parent-teacher conference.
Yes.
Which is maybe like one of when we start to get the sweeter moments of the movie where we start to
Yeah.
kind of
That is a really sweet moment where the letter is revealed and the kid's like, I love my sister and I look up to her and everything. And it's just like, oh.
and Jamie Lee Curtis plays that switch so well of her being like, where they're like, you know, he's been dealing with a lot of bullying, and she's like, builds character. Like she
I know.
like, it's
She's
so
just
like,
like the most dismissive parent on the planet.
I don't give a fuck.
Be like, call Child Protective Services. I don't think this mom gives a crap. And she's like, what?
Yeah, like all like that whole bit I think is really sweet. And when she comes out and she's like, yeah, she told me the letter about your sister. He's like, oh, just don't say anything. And when she's like, because I like, you know, it's fun when we fight. Like that
He's
is
like, that's fun
kind
for
of
me.
a sibling thing.
It is though. Is like that's like the responsibility for brother. I don't know about you, but I would find ways to just mess with people.
Well, we're because
Sorry guys.
something
Chelsea, Caitlin.
we've talked about something that's crazy. So we're both one of 4 siblings.
We have the exact same sibling dynamic.
We both
which
have
is hilarious.
older sister, us, younger brother, younger sister.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
And I think the ages are similar too.
I think so.
Like that, the age difference.
So yeah, it's like I kind of I do understand both sides of it, and even like I have a younger sister, and her and I, like our dynamic is very much us just like talking shit to each other the whole time. She's 18 now, and like it's just us being like, dude. I think like we both will give each other the like ick face. Like one of us will try to say a joke and we'll look at each other and be like, like, ooh, you really wanted to make that joke, like kind of a thing.
Like,
So yeah, it's like playful, you know, all that stuff. Like I totally get that, and I think I really resonate with that moment. Yeah, it's just a really sweet, nice moment.
Yeah,
like, I'm really
it is.
glad
It's a
that
really
in
sweet
there.
moment, and they let that moment like breathe.
I feel like we lose track of some of the characters a little bit after that. Like I feel like the brother, we kind of start that, and then that's kind of the end of it, which kind of sucks.
It kind of does, but I also feel like that is supposed to be like the moment like she understands the brother, so I think you can just kind of like assume
Sure.
that, you know, that's like, I guess it is like a work in progress, but it's like, because I think the bulk of the movie is like mom and daughter,
It's almost
so it's
feels
like we
that
kind of
should
have to go back
almost a
to
little later. Like it's almost the start of them starting to realize. You know what I mean?
I
I guess this movie's pretty quick though.
this movie's pretty quick.
It's like hour
breezy.
37.
Yeah, it's like 37. So I feel like with the pacing and everything, it like that doesn't bother me, because I feel like since it's not taking up the bulk of it, I feel like it's also the start of Lindsay Lohan's journey, being like, oh, I'm actually starting to get everything. I'm starting to become more like selfless in a way.
I will say we are skipping over. They go back to the restaurant to confront before that happens.
Oh yeah,
because it's when they're outside that they're like,
and
oh
I
wait,
believe
you
her
have to go to
name
the conference.
Is it Pepe?
Yeah,
I believe it's Pepe.
and the mom
yeah.
is. I looked in the credits, is credited as just like Pepe's mom,
That's hilarious.
and I was like,
She
we're
didn't
not
get
even gonna give
another
her a
name?
name. She causes the events of the movie. You're just
These
gonna not give
writers,
her a name.
we only know one
Um,
name.
I will a beat that I completely
one in the
forgot about
chamber.
and threw me for a fucking loop is when they run into the restaurant and the Pepe is like, oh hi, you know, and it's trying to pretend that like nothing's happened or whatever,
Yeah.
or she's unaware, and they bring it up, and Jamie Lee Curtis as Lindsay Lohan, when they're like, we need to talk to your mom right now, and Jamie Lee Curtis just goes, let's hit her like that. And I was like, whoa,
I forgot about that beat. That's really funny.
out the gate, that's funny.
Oh my god, yeah.
That
She's
she
like,
just
kill him.
instantly chooses violence.
String her up by her toes.
Yeah, and yeah, we get the realization that it's like
She's like
everything.
Nick Offerman in The Little Hours. Bring me his balls.
Good reference. They come to discover that, like, you know, it's on the fortune cookie, that's kind of the way that it works, and
Yeah,
you have to
a selfless
selfless love.
selfless love.
There you go.
A selfish act. It
You
must
got
be.
it. Yeah, you just
The
something
whole movie.
deeply selfish and ruin
Deeply selfish.
relationships.
I watched this movie correctly, guys.
Um,
My
But-
take is the only take.
yeah, they go in and they have this whole, you know, confrontation. We switches back. Again, very classic, very something that you would anticipate out of a movie like this. But again, it's those little beats, like again the way Jamie says "let's hit her," or you're just like, what? The movie kind of like pushes you
good
back into
comedic
attention.
timing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of its comedic timing. We go through the parent teacher conference, and then we go back to this trouble with Mark Harmon of Jamie Lee Curtis not wanting to be affectionate with him and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. It's weird. She does a great roll off the couch.
That role, I was like,
Wonderful.
I was
stunt.
so shook when she did that. I'm not even kidding. I literally was like, oh,
Yeah.
like
She brings up the cold sore again, and he goes, "I don't care," and he leans in, and she just flips, like fully
she
backflips.
escaped.
Kind
That's
of.
some honey badger level like escapism right there.
Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. She nails it.
Yeah, very limber. It's all that Activia.
Yeah, because she goes back to the house, and then Lindsay Lohan goes back to take the test. I just realized that you just said activity. That just hit
Dish
me.
was like building up slowly to that. I'm
Listen.
gonna take a little bow. I feel good about that joke.
You ever have Activia?
I actually have some in my fridge right now.
Nice. So it worked.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Good.
It did.
I'm glad.
I'm trying to fit in that teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini.
Oh my god, I forgot.
As problematic
about
as that commercial is.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
brainwashed.
Just a little bit. Forgot about that until just now.
I know. We
Um,
can do better, guys. We know we can do better.
That's right.
Um,
But
We're talking about yogurt commercials. Okay, actually, I have a fun yogurt story commercial. My dad was randomly asking me. I was like getting really into fitness and like doing that like thing. I was like counting my calories and macros and all that stuff, and I was eating a lot of yogurt. So obviously, I was doing some Activia.
sure.
And my dad was like, "What should I be like incorporate in my diet?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, you should try some of those Activias in the fridge. They're only like 90 calories, really good." And I stopped as I was leaving. I grabbed the door and I went, "God damn it, I'm in a yogurt commercial. My life isn't a movie. It's a yogurt commercial."
Jamie Lee has
I instinctively did the bit. I did the copy.
you did. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. It's full Truman Show. Yeah.
It did. It was like, and this cocoa powder by Nestle.
Your dad's like, who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to?
I don't know why your dad's Mark Wahlberg.
Oh!
What are you talking about? You telling me that I'm in a TV show?
You telling me I'm in a TV show?
You telling me that Ed Harris is wearing a beret and watching over me? What are you telling me? You telling me that I'm not afraid of the ocean? I don't know why this is a new bit.
I don't know
now.
why Mark Wahlberg's in this commercial or this bit.
The Mark Wahlberg Truman Show.
Is that
I
a thing?
said, well, no. I said you did the Truman Show thing, and then I did an impression of Jim Carrey, but it sounded like Mark Wahlberg.
It did.
Thank you.
It did.
And now
But I also just was like thinking Jim Carrey. I didn't actually think it was that bad at first, but
Really? Fair.
No, I thought it worked for the bit. But then when you did like Mark Wahlberg, I was like, how did he get in this bit?
Yeah. Hey.
But
Mark
you're right.
Wahlberg's always
It did sound
flying at
like
him, and
Yeah.
he's popping up in places he
shows
shouldn't
up.
be.
Sometimes you got a fight plan. Sometimes daddy's home. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes daddy's home too.
So, okay, that movie, another fun story, because now I'm in fun story mode. Abby and I were talking about it because I couldn't remember that we actually watched it last year.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, no, we didn't watch it. We talked about it. We watched something else. And she's like, we watched it. Get your letterbox out. And I was like, oh God, now I'm gonna be embarrassed if I find it. It was there. We did watch it. We started watching clips, and I was like, I remember everything from this movie now, but I totally forgot it.
Daddy's Home or Daddy's Home 2?
I think we only watched the first one.
First one's okay.
First one's pretty good. It's
not bad.
Thomas Hayden Church, hilarious.
Thomas Hayden Church
A
is
plus
fucking
as the
insane.
boss.
That is so funny. Yeah,
Let me tell you a story about how I met my wife.
he is honestly he's probably the best performance in that movie.
He is. It's pretty good. He's on another level in that one. He's an underrated actor working right now.
But
I'm always happy when he shows up in things.
he'll be in the new Knives Out.
Oh my God, that's right. He is.
Yeah, he's in the new Knives Out.
Oh, is he the dead man?
I guess we'll see.
We're gonna try to wake up with Thomas Hayden Church.
Will we wake up? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, not a bad person.
Jeremy Renner's family.
I will say, we do
It's
continue
a dark joke.
in this movie.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I needed a second. Damn.
I'm not gonna ruin my own little world.
That's all right.
No, that was not. I shouldn't be making jokes about that. A man almost died. That's fucked. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I
We'll
shouldn't be
move
doing
past
that.
it. We'll move past it. I will say this, and then we do continue the tradition in this movie of Stacy being the meanest fucking person with
She
the
could have
test.
been in Mean Girls. That was a good audition.
The way that she's like the whole like, I'm so glad we're friends again, and then like she's copying my test, like all that stuff.
Brutal. Like
was
levels. That is some sociopathic levels of like, I'm gonna get you. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking ruin your shit. And yeah, Jake comes to the rescue. He helps her do the test or retake the test.
yeah. And
So
okay,
Jake, he works at the school.
that's the thing I wasn't clear on because he seems
Or
to
is that a
function.
joke?
Well, he
think
seems
it's
to
a joke.
function as a teacher's aide, but he has keys to the building. But he's supposed to still be in high school. So I'm like, is this a paid?
Is he like a senior?
Yeah, is it like a paid thing? Like I just feel like he would be working in like the main office, but they treat him like a teacher's assistant essentially. So I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not sure what that is. And it's also the thing of like, I'm like, are other school systems like this where you can do this? Because this feels like it's like a normal thing.
Well, like if he's a TA, like I was a TA in high school, and I didn't get access to shit.
I know. I'm like, that seems interesting to give him keys, but I mean, I guess it works for the movie, obviously. So I'm not really like gonna knock it too much. But,
Yeah.
But I wasn't super clear on how that works. I guess.
No, I don't know. It's pretty vague.
Yeah.
It feels vague. At least I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we both kind of had the same response to
Yeah.
it. Where like I don't
I
really
mean,
know
like
what
it
is.
works, and it's fun to see like Jamie Lee like in Lindsay's body doing like the I'm gonna get her back.
Her writing,
and then
I'm stupid.
I'm stupid, and then watching Chad Michael Murray be like, I don't know if I like this girl. She scares me.
Yeah,
Honestly,
honestly.
I was like, that's green flag energy right there.
Yeah, I mean, I will say there is a bit of me where I'm like, kind of deserved it.
She does.
Again, that's maybe me just being like, I don't know why I'm so. I mean, Stacy sucks, but
Stacy deserves it, but is that the morally right thing to do?
no,
I don't care.
I guess
Revenge is
not.
a dish best served
I guess you're right. You know what is a
on
good
a
bit?
Scantron test. I don't got more on that bit.
It's all right. Good bit. Lindsay Lohan wiping down the seat of the motorcycle.
Yeah, with like the wifey.
Great bit. Did not clock that as a kid.
I never
watching it
clocked
and
that as
everything.
a kid. That
When
was a funny bit. The hand sanitizer bit's a really funny bit, but she's kind of I don't know if OCD is what it is. I don't want to speak out of turn on that one, but like it's a fun detail. It's a fun character.
The cleanliness next to godliness
that,
kind of thing.
yeah.
No, and then obviously we talked about
Still
it a little
very
bit.
mom coded minimum. Like
Yeah, very much so.
hit this mic a bunch of times. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
And we're just like, everyone's like, stop hitting us, Dave. Stop.
But I and we talked about it a little bit earlier, but obviously, yeah, they start to, he connects with Jamie Lee Curtis, who has Lindsay Lohan's mind inside of her. They talk about all these bands. Again, it's unbelievably crazy that she doesn't know who Stevie Nicks is.
Yeah.
And
she knows Fleetwood Mac, but not Stevie Nicks.
And Chad Michael Murray, comes to the conclusion that
He's
in love with her.
With Jamie Lee Curtis.
And when she's like, I'm getting married tomorrow, and he's like, oh, what?
You tell me now?
I was like, what are you gonna do? Like, what?
Dude has a full-blown graduate like breakdown. Like he's like, I have to like stop this wedding.
Yeah.
I've just met her. I've met the love of my life.
I was like, I slow down. No, don't like.
Yeah.
It's also that thing where it's like, are you in high school still? Like, what's happening? I don't understand.
I know. He's like, we can make it work. We can make it work. Please let's make it work.
Well, also, then he's like, I don't like your daughter. She's mean.
She's mean. She scares me.
Yeah. He does say that, right? He says she scares me.
I don't know if he says he scares me, but he's like, yeah, just like everything he's witnessing is so red flaggy. And it's funny because it's like, that's actually Jamie Lee.
Well, because also then we go back to the house later and they're like starting to get ready for the rehearsal dinner and all that other stuff. That he's outside and he's doing like a say anything. He's like singing.
Yeah, he's doing because they bond over a cover of "Hit Me Baby One More Time."
Yeah.
Which I don't know what cover or what band does that.
I don't know the cover. I only think they did it so they could do the joke of Lindsay Lohan tackling him as he says, "Hit me, baby, one more time."
That makes a lot of sense.
I think that's why that's in the movie.
I know that song is popular, but it's interesting. It's not the Britney Spears version. But I'm like, yeah, no, she wouldn't really vibe with that version, though. She would vibe with the cover,
the more punk version.
cover, yeah.
Sure. But yeah, she goes in. He like pushes Chad Michael Murray up against like a bush or something, right?
I know,
like
she's got that like Harrison Ford, like, listen here.
Yeah, listen, motherfucker. Like,
listen,
kind of a thing.
I didn't kill my wife.
And yeah, and she kisses him and she's like, get someone your own age or whatever. And then dips out and he's just hangs around. And then he follows them to the rehearsal dinner.
Crazy.
Bro needs to chill.
Dude becomes a little puppy dog.
He does become a puppy dog with his silly little soul patch.
Yeah, they should shave that.
Honestly, didn't realize he had it until like 45 minutes into the movie.
That's hilarious.
It cut to a close up and I was like,
I couldn't stop staring at it.
I think it is.
It's the 90s coming back at you.
That's true. Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
I still, I don't think Friends for me is the end of the 90s. 2004. When Friends ends, I think the 90s officially ends. It's kind of always been my head canon. I suppose.
When the show ended? 2003?
2004.
We're right in there, baby.
1994 to 2004, 10 years.
So Mean Girls is officially the like transition into the next decade.
100%.
Which actually, with Friends ends, Mean Girls begins. That is the difference.
Yeah.
That's where the generational difference is.
And Freaky Friday.
And there's me just like floating back and forth between both of those realms.
Freaky Friday is kind of the prelude. It's kind of the bana of the 2000s coming. Only a joke you could make on a film podcast.
Only a joke. That's fair.
And then her friends show up. We kind of have not really talked about her friends a whole lot.
They're good friends.
They're good friends. They're not really that involved in the story outside of just being like, but you gotta make the audition.
They have the audition, but they do it like as a functioning piece of like getting the characters to where they need to be. They operate like flawlessly.
Yeah,
like it's just like it's such a good like. Obviously, it's like we got to go to the thing. What happens? They kidnap her. Like it's kind of clever how they get the friends to like move the plot along.
They really go to kidnap her too. They have Dennis Reynolds like zip ties and duct tape.
No,
like fully.
They're
I was like,
don't make this harder than it has to be.
Duct tape is crazy. I was like, holy shit, man.
That's so funny. They're like, fuck your mom.
Yeah. But yeah,
and Chad Michael Murray's like, I'm fuck mom.
Yeah, he's
mom.
like, why can't I just be with Jamie Lee Curtis?
I know.
But yeah, they threaten to kidnap her. She gets their kidnapping efforts are thwarted, and they get brought back. You have this nice moment of Mark Harmon being like, "No, you should go to the audition. This is a big thing for you."
I know. Shout out to him. That's like some Dad of the Year level.
Honestly,
devotion. Like
he really nails that whole scene.
He's got some great monologues
that
too.
monologue,
I was
think
like,
works.
God dang, like that's a dad right there.
Yeah. Also, I will say the people that found him were they security guards?
I guess because it's like a venue. I guess, but I don't know how they would know who should be there and who shouldn't.
I think he says one of their names. And I was, because I'm also like, we don't know what he does, right?
No, we don't. But he has enough connections because he gets Jamie Lee the talk show at one point, which we did gloss over, where she goes to the
That's
talk show and
right, the
she's like,
talk
"Rock
show.
on, fuck adult stuff," which honestly, fair, really relevant right now.
Yeah. Well, like when she's like, advice to do with your teenagers. What? Have you ever thought about just leaving them the fuck alone? Like, it's such a crazy thing. Where I think she says, she's like,
you just need to give them space.
she says, yeah,
Presumably not what the book is about.
she says, she's like, just leave them alone. She goes, they don't want to hang out with you. She's like, they'll like it. I promise. Like the way that she's like,
you just gotta let them go.
and yeah, and all
That's
the
so
parents are like super into. They're like, be more negligent. Let's go. And they crowd surf her.
I know, she crowd surfs. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's so funny.
That is a good bit.
But yeah. Anyway,
And the brother coming home being like, "Mom was fucking ripping it on the
he
talk
was
show."
always on the table like, "You get a thing, and you get a thing."
Love that.
That's so funny. No, this movie's so fucking funny, dude.
It is. It's a ton of fun, man. And again, it's like, yeah, it's just it hits you exactly where you want it to hit you. You know what I mean? It's
It
like
does,
the perfect pitch. It reminds me of this is something that a story that I've heard on another podcast from Blank Check, but it reminds me of now of like, I think when I talk about the family comedies that we miss out on, that it's stuff like this, that it's John Turteltaub, the guy who directed the National Treasure movies.
Yeah. He also did Cool Runnings, I think.
He did Cool Runnings. He did Disney's The Kid. Um,
I've never seen. Well, I've seen parts of that movie. Is it?
I've seen it.
Should
I
go
saw it
back?
a long time ago.
Should I go back check it out?
Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows? I feel like
but-
it derailed Bruce Willis's career for a minute there.
It might have. But Turteltaub he apparently said something on the set of one of the National Treasure movies where he turned around, and I'm fully giving credit to Blank Check for this, but it feels apt for this conversation.
Very fair.
The story is that Turteltaub is talking to a member of the crew, and he turns to them and he goes, "You want to know something?" He goes, "I know I'm not some big crazy filmmaker, some iconic guy. I know I don't make masterpieces." And he goes, "You know what I make? I make turkey sandwiches." He goes,
Ooh.
a little bit of, wheat bread, some turkey, some cheese in there. And he goes, is a turkey sandwich going to change someone's life? Probably not. But you know who doesn't like a turkey sandwich? Nobody. Nobody doesn't like a turkey sandwich.
That's iconic.
And it is that thing where you're like, he's fucking right. And this is one of those movies where it's like, it's just the sweet spot. It hits you right when it gives you everything you need. It hits the beat, and it's like, I honestly take it as a compliment. It's like the turkey sandwich movie.
It's comfort food.
Yeah, which we
Good
don't
food.
really get anymore.
They don't.
If we do, it goes to Netflix and we forget about it 2 weeks later.
Sometimes they happen and it's too hard to keep track of them.
Yeah.
All those movies are slipping through the cracks right now. And back in the day, they would have had a full platform.
Remember when Eddie Murphy did a Beverly Hills Cop movie and nobody knows it exists?
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. Beverly Hills Cop. He did a fourth one and it's gone.
Like, we're gonna have to tackle that, aren't we?
Beverly Hills Cop?
Maybe.
We could.
Maybe.
I've seen the first two.
It's
one is
up
great. Two is fun.
there. Okay.
It's also Tony Scott. So it
Yeah, I
looks
forgot. Oh my God.
amazing. It's like
Tony Scott was like, what if the movie had drip?
I watched them like I watched the first one. I was like, yeah, this movie's a ton of fun. And the second one started, and I was like, whoa. I was like, this is crazy.
That's crazy. Did Tony drop it for the second? Who did the first one?
It's oh my God, I need to look up the name of the guy. It's the guy that did Midnight Run.
That's so fun.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting this guy's name. I'm so sorry that I'm forgetting his name. His name is Martin Brest. That's right.
Martin Brest.
Martin Brest.
Oh, I know that name. He's done many things.
Done a ton of stuff. Yeah,
Did he do something else we did watch this year or no?
That we watched this year?
No, I don't.
No, I don't think so.
That'd be crazy if you did, right?
That would be crazy.
I'm gonna Google that.
But yeah, so obviously, so they all start, as we move along in the plot, we go to the final act of the movie, the final set piece, which is at the audition. Lindsay Lohan has a great line delivery as the mom where she says, we'll play in the key. They're like, I don't know how to play. And she says, I'll play in the key of rock. And I was like, that is such a parent thing to say.
That is an incredibly
she
parent thing to say.
Nails the like naive optimism of that line reading of just like, we'll be fine. Yeah, I think that whole set piece is fun. I will say, watching it now as an adult, unbelievably obvious that Lindsay Lohan is not playing that guitar.
I know. I was gonna say no one in that audience would buy that for a second.
Yeah, no one is reacting.
This
accurately.
is where the movie's coasting on the power of I'm enjoying myself too much to give a shit. But
And look, don't get me wrong, it's awesome to watch Jamie Lee fucking shred.
She looks great shredding.
Watch her play that guitar; she nails it.
Yeah.
But when Lindsay Lohan is like going back and forth,
I'm a
like she's
robot.
doing like I'm a little teapot, like with the guitar. Like I was like, that is you gotta like, well, because even she's saying she's like, the Stones. She's like, act, be them,
Be Keith.
and she's like, yeah, be Keith.
Not
She's
the
like,
behavior.
yeah, not the behavior. She's like, no, just when he's playing the music. And I gotta tell you, I hate to say it, not doing a very good impression.
No, she should. Not enough
Say it
Jack
with
Sparrow.
love.
Not enough Jack Sparrow.
I say it with love, but yeah, there's not enough Keith in there, especially when she ends
Not
it. She
enough.
does a curtsy,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty funny.
Not enough cowbell. She works a little. I think AC/DC, right? AC/DC is the like. Oh no, that's Chuck Berry, isn't it?
Which
She does like the leg thing.
oh, the leg kick is like
That's
a
Chuck Berry, right?
Because of Back to
Okay.
the Future.
Yeah, they do it back to
that
well, because he's doing a bunch of things there too. Because he also does the like AC/DC.
Yeah.
I'm on the floor. I'm playing so hard.
Yeah.
The rock gods are
What a good
in my
time.
bones.
That's and they succeed.
Yeah.
They do the wonderful speech. Lohan nails that speech.
Crushes that. That's a great speech too. Both their speeches. Like,
Lohan and Curtis does the actually a majority of that speech. And then
she does like 90%.
kind of picks it up.
Lindsay drops in at the end.
But they both like again the emotional beats of that are great. Lohan is great playing an older playing a mom, and Curtis is like so perfectly embodying the eyes of like teenager. It is like both feats so difficult. And I can only imagine that is them talking to each other, right? That's them having a conversation together. And
I imagine. I know for a lot of movies like this, they'll sometimes like have like someone do the scene their way, and then the other person will like watch. But that doesn't seem like it was the case with this one. Like
no,
like
I don't
Big,
think so.
they got the kid to do it, and then Tom Hanks like watched him, and then would go in and do like his take on it.
Sure. But yeah, they go in and it's that wonderful happy wedding. You have happy ending. You have the wedding. Pantsuit is kind of a fun choice. I guess she has like a skirt, but like she has like the blazer. I was like, maybe it's an afterlook. Laura at this point, I don't mean to put her on blast. Laura did fall asleep because we were watching this movie pretty late.
Well, I'm not a real fan.
She works in bridal. I was gonna talk to her and be like, what do you think of this outfit? I'll have to ask her after
You
the
have to
fact.
find out
See.
for when we come back for Freakier, so we can get some thoughts on that.
That's true. That's a good
I would
point.
like to have an expert opinion.
Because I
Phone her
was
right
like,
now, get her on the episode.
Hey, it's your wedding. Like, do your thing. Like, be confident where you want to wear. But I was like, that I never registered that.
I know, but it also
It fits for the character.
For her character, also, you could make the argument it's like her second wedding. Presumably, I imagine she was married to the first husband.
Yeah.
It's a Disney movie. I can't imagine it's a.
Yeah.
He died.
Well, they do say. I think they do say that he died.
Well, he did die, but
Yeah.
like I'm like, did they get married and he die, or did like he just die? Like.
I think they're married.
Presumably they were married.
presumably they're married.
I don't mean to like make a big. I don't want to take too much time on that because it's really honestly not important. But it is like that. Like, I mean, there's enough time has passed. There were 2 kids. Remember, he's only been gone for 5 years.
The movie does tee up, or it doesn't tee up a sequel, but it makes a joke at a sequel of the grandpa and the kid switching bodies.
I know,
which is pretty
I
funny.
won't lie. Would have really liked that one.
That would have been nuts.
Would have really liked that.
And obviously, you have Pepe, who now does the catering, because we forgot to say that Jamie Lee Curtis as Lindsay Lohan is like, what is it, halibut or something?
Yeah, it's supposed to be halibut, and
she's
they
like,
canceled
no, that's
the order.
gross. And yeah, instead they have them cater, and presumably it goes well. I'm sure it's good.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah. And the movie
then,
wraps up with
yeah.
a killer fucking song by Pink Slip.
It does. I was also gonna say the final beat of the movie is, or did you already say the beat?
Which part?
Well, we said that they teed up the thing, but the actual beat of like grandma getting tackled? Well, I guess not grandma,
yes,
but I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
it's Pepe's
Yeah,
mom.
that she comes up
She's
with the
like,
cookie
I got
and
more
they're
fortune cookies.
No,
and it was like,
no.
oh no!
Yeah, no, that
Get down.
that final bit is that's pretty
Yeah,
solid.
it's pretty. Yeah, it's. Funny,
It's a
funny
good bit.
joke.
It's one of those where it's like you don't need to tee up the sequel, so doing the joke about it is funny.
It is. Well, apparently they did shoot where the movie ended with the earthquake happening and the implication of like that being the next adventure. And then they were like, we hate this. And so they went back and shot it where they get tackled just before giving them the cookies instead.
Yeah,
And I think it's a stronger ending.
I agree. I think it's a stronger ending. And again, yeah, that final song by Pink Slip is amazing.
Killer.
I watched it through the credits too. I was like, just
Just
having a good
vibing
time,
in there, yeah.
fully vibing out. Like they crush it. My letterboxed review was actually, let me pull it up exactly so I don't.
Yeah, I'll say I really think it's cute that she and Abby was actually the one that deposited this. This was a cute thing, but like that she's playing her mom's wedding. That is like
That
really,
is
and
cool.
I was like, that's really cute. That's really cute. So that's courtesy of Abby. That was.
My review is we were robbed of a Pink Slip album.
I think we were.
They should have.
They should have gone all
I
in
hope
on
we
that.
get it for
That
the
could have been
sequel.
like the Cheetah Girls. Could have been that level.
Don't bring up the Cheetah Girls here. That's too exciting.
I
Cheetah
will
Girls
invoke
rules,
their names.
dude. You know, Pink Slip, Cheetah Girls, iconic bands of the 2000s.
Yep.
I stand by that.
Yep.
To this day. And I guess we finally, that wraps up the movie.
I think that wraps the movie, and I think that brings us to the main question.
It does.
Do we need one more?
Well, here's the thing.
Narratively, I knew obviously if you're listening to this, presumably we're getting one, whether we say yes or no.
It's happening.
At the end of this episode.
We will be watching and discussing it.
We will be watching it, yes.
Watching this movie, though, I did have the thought where I was like, I don't know if narratively it's set up so tightly that it is that thing of like will happen in the sequel, and we'll see how it is, where it's like you have to do the body swap again, which kind of is probably difficult to re-engineer that. But I will say, I think I would certainly say that I would need one more team up of Lohan and Curtis, that I'm like, put them in different movies, but as a duo. Like
honestly, that could have been a good duo. You could have done like a Blood and Ice Cream style trilogy of just
100%.
those duos. I don't know, or it could, just like any of the duos. What do we got? We got Tango and Cash.
One that I thought of was like, and where it's like, you look at like Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor had great chemistry, worked well together.
Great.
So they did a bunch of different movies, and it is that thing of like, I think and this is ultimately why we're getting the sequel, is like a general love and nostalgia for it. That it is like, I am more interested in seeing them just in a movie together again, more than I am specifically interested in seeing a Freaky Friday 2.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Not that
I will say, I will not to get to the scores, but my score is kind of predicated on I just have so much fun watching them act with each other.
I do think I agree. I think my score is kind of predicated on the idea of like, I want to see them in more movies together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need it to be Freaky Friday 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they were
tough.
Yeah, I know. I'm really broken up about it.
Really, right?
No,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, I think we missed out on, and there was an attempt at this with a different duo of Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth, of Ragnarok into Men in Black International.
Are you suggesting that we need Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan to bust some monster heads?
Well, now I am. That would be amazing.
Reboot with them.
Yeah, like I just think it's like
the Men in Black.
If you find that magic with like a duo, it's like, yeah, put them in more stuff, but have it be different. Switch up the dynamics, switch up the characters, like, and then you can like explore, to use a theater term as we talk about high school, you can explore the space.
You can explore the space,
and I'm into that. So it's
good callback.
I think it's a we need.
You really brought that full circle.
Well, you do
pretty good.
I'm
right
doing
there.
what I can. You know what I mean? But I do think it's like we need one more. I think it's a light, like, like keep doing more movies together. And it is a shame that it took so long. Yeah. Obviously, there were outside circumstances that kind of had
there's a lot of personal histories at play and
went on, which
the fickle nature of Hollywood.
I'm glad to see that Lindsay Lohan is doing great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like and I'm so excited to see her back. And I hope that Freaky Friday 2 kind of, brings her back. She's done a couple movies, some Netflix movies and stuff, but like, I'd love to see her do a lot more because she's such a good actor.
She is, yeah.
She's really good.
She's really good.
And Jamie Lee obviously is a storied actor. I mean, now Academy Award winning. Like, goes without saying.
Whether you like it or not.
Do we want to lead into the main score then?
I think it's time to do the score.
All right. Then, as we've said, with every week's episode, if it is 5 or below, it's we need no more. If it's 5 and above, it's we certainly need at least one more.
Yeah.
And out of 10... We have an 8 out of 10, boys.
Whoa.
That is a
It's high
pretty
score.
strong.
Haven't seen that in a minute.
Pretty strong, yes.
Yeah. I this movie's just so much fun. I am like, I would like to see them come back and do another one. Narratively,
it's a bit locked.
It's a bit there. This story is very tight, but I will say the setup for the sequel does sound promising.
Yeah.
I'm cautiously optimistic for this sequel we're getting.
I agree. I think it's smart in the sequel to the way that they've queued it up. For those of you who have not seen the trailer, the idea is that Lindsay Lohan has a kid, right?
Yes,
and then
she's getting remarried.
She's getting married. The guy who she's marrying, who's Manny Jacinto from The Good Place and The Acolyte, and Top Gun Maverick. Cut out of, but I want to shout it out.
Yeah.
He's the best. That they're getting married, and so now these two kids,
the step siblings have to.
That they swap with Jamie Lee and Lindsay, so it's their duos, which I think is smart to put Jamie Lee and Lindsay together.
Yes,
that's a smart idea.
No, when I saw that, because I finally watched the trailer today, I knew it was coming. I knew it should have been out for a minute, but I finally watched it today, and I was like, this could work. Like genuinely, it could.
Chad McElmurray also coming back.
Curious to see. Kind of fun that he seems to be kind of where we left him.
Yeah, I mean,
which kind of works for the character, I think. But we'll see if that's what's going on.
I do. After seeing the trailer, I do hope that they're leaning into guy who peaked in high school and has never, gotten off the motorcycle kind of thing. Yeah. Curious to see who else comes back. If Mark Harmon comes back.
Yeah, I would like to see him come back because he's so good in this first one.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'm
maybe that's why he stopped doing NCIS.
Maybe I am
have
genuinely
Freaky Friday's calling.
Excited to see what it has in store.
I'm cautiously optimistic about this one.
Yeah, I'm not like over the moon hyped, but I am quite excited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a good time.
I think at minimum it's going to be a good time too.
And I think we should try to find a mythical and certainly less stereotypical and maybe offensive way so that we can switch bodies and talk as each other. I think we should do a Freaky Friday.
Okay, I'll work on it. I'll figure it out by next week.
Okay, cool.
I will build fortune cookie device.
Okay, great.
Well, maybe we said less problematic.
Something else.
I'm going to build a couple of machines like the Fly.
That's pretty good.
Just check it for bugs before we go in.
Sure, and then we swap each other out. What else can we do? What's a way to swap each other's consciousness?
Refrigerator with a nuke.
Interesting.
Yeah.
A Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Okay, we redesign a Tesla truck.
Oh God! Oh no! Not the Tesla truck.
Well, sorry, actually, we need two of them. We have to crash them and do shutting.
Oh, like a jolt.
Yeah, like we have to do a jolt, but with a couple of Teslas.
You know what? Let's try it out. Maybe should we do a jolt right now on camera?
Yeah.
We'll pull the mics away.
We'll pull the mics away. Do a jolt.
All right, ready? Here comes the jolt. 3, 2, 1. It didn't work. We'll try again next week.
Why am I at my desk?
Good stuff. Well, ladies and gents, we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Freaky Friday.
Let's
watch it and let us know what you thought of it.
Thank you for listening to We Need One More.
Be sure to follow us on socials like TikTok and Instagram at WNOM Podcast to stay up to date on upcoming episodes.
And feel free to join our Discord community where you can share your thoughts on the movies we're watching together. That's going to be at WNOM Podcast server with the link in the bio.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. That's the best way to support the show and to let us know that you need one more.
We'll see you next week. This podcast is produced by Pilot 9 and 9 Ball Creative.